What if I told you some places are literally making you sick? Not just germ-wise, but energetically. What if there are invisible forces at play? And in the next few minutes, you'll discover how to clear those spaces and reclaim your well-being. You've probably felt it, that weird vibe in a room. A heavy feeling you can't shake. Maybe you get headaches or feel drained. Most people ignore it. They think they're just tired or stressed. But what if it's something more? What if it's the energy of the place itself? This isn't just woo-woo stuff. Ancient civilizations knew about this. They built sacred spaces. They understood ley lines and earth energies. They knew how to clear negative influences, and this information was almost lost. But now, the veil is lifting. You're about to learn why you feel sick in certain places and how to fix it. Let's start with the basics. Everything is energy. You are energy. Your home is energy. Even the air you breathe carries energetic signatures. Think of it like radio waves. You can't see them, but they're there. They carry information. Places can hold on to old energy, like an energetic imprint. Trapped emotions, lingering feelings, past events. They can create a stagnant or even toxic environment. It's like walking into a room where a huge argument just happened. You can still feel the tension, right? This happens on a much deeper level, and it can affect your physical and mental health. Picture this. You walk into an old house for the first time. It's December in Chicago, Illinois. The air is cold, biting. You step inside, and the temperature doesn't change. But a chill crawls up your spine. The walls are a faded, peeling floral wallpaper. Dust motes dance in the single shaft of weak sunlight cutting through a grimy window. You feel an immediate sense of dread. A heavy blanket seems to settle on your chest. You can almost hear faint whispers, not real sounds, but an echo of something sorrowful. You want to leave. You can't explain why. But your body is screaming at you. That's an energetic signature. It's the residue of past experiences. Most people have no idea this is happening. They attribute it to imagination, or just a bad mood. But scientists are starting to look at this. Researchers at Princeton University have studied subtle energies for decades. They've documented phenomena that science can't easily explain. They're talking about consciousness interacting with matter. This is the hidden layer of reality. And it's crucial for understanding why some places feel so wrong. They've found that focused intention can influence physical systems. This isn't magic. It's applied physics. Or at least, a physics we're only beginning to understand. Let me tell you about Sarah. She moved into a beautiful Victorian house in Savannah, Georgia, back in 2018. The house was old, historic, and supposedly haunted. Sarah was a skeptic. She loved the architecture. She wanted to renovate it. Within weeks, she started experiencing severe migraines. She felt constantly exhausted. Sleep offered no rest. She'd wake up feeling more tired than when she went to bed. Her doctor couldn't find anything wrong. She tried essential oils, meditation. Nothing helped. One night, during a particularly bad migraine, she felt an overwhelming sadness. It wasn't her sadness. It was ancient, deep, and crushing. She later learned the house had a history of tragedy. A previous owner had died there under mysterious circumstances in the late 1800s. Sarah eventually sold the house. The new owners reported similar issues. It's a documented case of a place holding on to intense negative energy. Stop. Think about this. Have you ever walked into a room and instantly felt better, lighter, more energized? That's also an energetic signature. But it's positive. Think of a place of worship, or a park you love. These places often have good energy. They've been blessed. Or they have natural beauty that uplifts. Your body already knows this. It's constantly sensing these energetic fields. It's just that most of us aren't consciously aware of it. We suppress that intuition. We're told to be rational, to ignore our gut feelings. But your gut feeling is your energetic compass. This brings us to the forbidden knowledge. For centuries, certain groups understood how to manipulate these energies. They used rituals, sacred geometry, sound frequencies. They could cleanse spaces. or even imbue them with specific powers. This knowledge was often guarded, kept by secret societies, or passed down through oral traditions. Why? Because if you can control the energy of a place, you can influence the people in it. You can create environments that promote fear, or loyalty, or creativity. They don't want you to know this because it gives you power. Power to heal yourself. Power to create your own reality. Let's talk about declassified government programs. Project MK Ultra. This was a real CIA program. It focused on mind control. They experimented with drugs, hypnosis, and psychological torture. While not directly about clearing spaces, it shows how governments have explored manipulating human consciousness and environments. They understood that external influences could profoundly affect people. Think about the Stargate project. This studied psychic abilities, remote viewing. It touched upon the idea that consciousness isn't limited by physical space. These programs, though often controversial, hint at a deeper reality. A reality where energy and consciousness are intertwined, and where certain locations can be intentionally charged or drained. Remember this detail, it'll be important later. The energy of a place is not static. It can be influenced, and it can be changed. This is the core of psychic clearing. It's about actively working with the energy, not just passively experiencing it. Now let's dive deeper. Ancient civilizations knew this. The Egyptians built pyramids. They aligned them with celestial bodies. They understood resonance. The Greeks and Romans built temples. They placed them on specific sites. Sites believed to have earth energy, or to be gateways. They understood that sacred sites could amplify spiritual experiences, or heal. The Mayans built complex ceremonial centers. They were deeply connected to the cycles of nature and the energies of the earth. They built with intention. They knew that architecture could influence consciousness. They knew that places could be alive with energy. Consider the story of Mark. In 2015, Mark bought a small apartment in Denver, Colorado. It was a new building, modern. He loved the city view. But after a month, he started having vivid nightmares, recurring themes of falling and being trapped. He felt a constant sense of unease. He couldn't pinpoint why. He even started avoiding his living room. He felt a strange pressure there, almost like a physical weight. He researched the land the building was on. Turns out, it was built over an old industrial site, a site that had a history of chemical spills. Even though the site was supposedly cleaned up, the energetic residue remained. Mark eventually moved. He felt immediate relief. The nightmares stopped. The oppressive feeling vanished. It's a clear example of how residual energy from past events can linger and affect us. Even in modern structures, this changes everything you thought you knew. You're not just living in a physical space, you're living within an energetic field. This field is influenced by everything: the history of the land, the emotions of past occupants, even the nearby environment. You can't see it, but you can feel it, and it's impacting you every single day. Think of it like a subtle background radiation. Most of the time, it's fine, but sometimes it's not, and that's when you start feeling sick, or drained, or just off. They don't want you to know this, because if you understood how to clear spaces, you'd be less susceptible to negative influences. You'd be less controlled by external forces. Imagine a world where everyone could easily cleanse their homes and workplaces. It would be a world of greater peace and clarity. But that's not profitable. Control is. So this knowledge is suppressed. It's dismissed as superstition or pseudoscience. But the documented cases are mounting. The personal experiences are undeniable. The truth is hidden in plain sight. Have you ever walked into a place and felt an immediate sense of peace? Like a warm hug. That's a positive, energetic imprint. Maybe it's a family home filled with love, or a beautiful natural setting. These places uplift you. They make you feel good. It's just as real as feeling sick in a negative space. You're sensing the energetic signature, and your body is responding. You're not crazy for thinking you feel things others don't. You're actually more sensitive. And that's a gift. Let me tell you about a third case. This one is particularly powerful. In 2005, a woman named Maria moved to Austin, Texas. She rented a small studio apartment. She was excited about her new life, but within a week, she developed a persistent cough. It wasn't like a cold. It was dry, irritating. It worsened at night. She felt a general malaise, a lack of energy. She saw doctors. They diagnosed allergies. They prescribed inhalers. Nothing worked. She started researching the history of the neighborhood. She discovered that her specific apartment building was constructed on a former small cemetery, a cemetery that had been relocated in the 1950s. But not all the remains were moved. Some were left behind. Maria felt a deep unease. She started smudging her apartment, burning sage. She focused her intention on releasing any trapped energies. She said specific prayers for peace. Within 2 weeks, her cough disappeared. Her energy returned. She felt lighter. It was a direct result of clearing the residual energy from the land. This is a documented case proving that what happened on the land matters. If you're still watching, you're probably sensing something deeper. You're connecting the dots. You're realizing that your environment plays a huge role in your well-being. It's not just about physical cleanliness. It's about energetic cleanliness. This is the hidden pattern. We are all energy beings. We exist in a field of energy, and that field is constantly interacting with us. When that field is disturbed, or stagnant, or negative, it affects us. It can make us feel sick. This is where the practical application comes in. Psychic clearing. It's not complicated. It's about intention and focus. Here are 3 steps you can start with. First, the smudging ritual. Get some dried sage. You can buy smudge sticks online or in spiritual shops. Light the sage. Blow out the flame. Let it smolder. Walk through your space. Slowly, hold the smoldering sage. Let the smoke waft into corners, under furniture, near windows and doors. As you do this, set your intention. Say something like, I clear this space of all negative energy. I fill this space with light and love. You might feel a shift, a lightness in the air. You can also use Palo Santo wood or frankincense resin. The key is the intention. Second, the sound cleansing. Sound vibrations can break up stagnant energy. Clap your hands loudly in each room. Ring a bell. Or use a singing bowl. Again, focus your intention. Visualize the sound waves breaking apart any dense or heavy energy. Imagine it dissolving, like dust in the wind. Ancient cultures used drums, chants. They knew sound was a powerful tool for transformation. You can even use your voice. Hum or sing in a space. Feel the vibrations. Third, the visualization technique. Stand in the center of your space. Close your eyes. Imagine a brilliant white light, or a golden light, pouring down from the heavens. Visualize it filling the entire space, pushing out any darkness, any negativity. See it filling every nook and cranny. Imagine the energy becoming bright, vibrant, and clean. You can also visualize roots growing from the center of the earth, up through the floor, filling the space with grounding, healing energy. Your body already knows this. It's responding to the visualization. Once you know this, you'll never look at your home the same way. You'll start to notice subtle shifts. You'll feel more in control of your environment and your well-being. This knowledge empowers you. It gives you the tools to create a sanctuary, a space that supports you, instead of draining you. This changes everything. You're not a victim of your environment. You can actively shape it. You can clear out the old and invite in the new. You can transform your living space. And in doing so, transform yourself. This is the power that was hidden, the power that was almost lost, but now it's yours. So to recap, Places hold energetic imprints. These imprints can affect your health. You can feel sick in places with negative energy, but you can also feel good in places with positive energy. Ancient civilizations knew this, and now you know it too. By using simple techniques like smudging, sound cleansing, and visualization, you can clear your space. You can create an environment that supports your well-being. You can reclaim your energetic sovereignty. Have you ever felt a strong pull towards a particular place? Or a strong aversion to another? What do you think that means? What if you're sensing something deeper than just a preference? What if your intuition is guiding you towards or away from certain energetic signatures? Ancient texts describe rituals for purifying homes. These weren't just about physical cleanliness. They were about spiritual and energetic purification. They understood that the home was a sacred space, a reflection of the inner state of its inhabitants, and a container for their energy. This is the three-layer rule in action. The surface is just a house. The hidden is a place with history. The deeper implication is that your home is a living, breathing, energetic entity, and you are its caretaker. Remember that feeling you get when you're in a truly peaceful place? That sense of calm? That's the energy of that place resonating with your own energy. It's a beautiful connection. And you can cultivate that in your own home. It's not about magic, it's about understanding energy and working with it. If you're still watching, you're likely someone who feels things deeply. You're sensitive to the world around you. You're probably sensing that there's more to reality than what meets the eye. You're not alone. Millions of people are waking up to this. They're realizing that the physical world is just one aspect of reality, and that energy and consciousness are fundamental. This is the truth they don't want you to know. That you have the power to influence your environment, to heal yourself, to create the reality you desire. They want you to believe you're powerless, dependent on external systems. But you're not. You have this innate ability. It's been suppressed, but it's still there, waiting for you to awaken it. And if you think that's incredible, wait until you learn about how certain objects can hold onto energy, and how they can be used for both good and ill. That's coming up next. Don't miss it.